Hello, this is Daniel Mart, and today I'm going to be doing another review. This time around, I'm going to be doing a review for The Jungle Book, the original 1967 movie. So yeah, before I watch the remake of The Jungle Book this week or next week, I want to review the original Disney movie. So yeah, and this movie has the voice acting talents of Bruce Ritherman, Phil Harris, Sebastian Cabot, Louis Prima, George Sanders, Sterling Holloway, J. Pat O'Malley, Verna Felton, Clint Howard, Chad Stewart, Lord Tim Hudson, John Abbott, Ben Wright, Darlene Carr, Leo DeLion, Hal Smith, Ralph Wright, Digby Wolf, and Bill Skills, and Pete Henderson. So yeah, before I begin though, 10-second spoiler warning as usual for those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already. Stop the video, go check it out, and come back here and watch the rest of this review. 10-second spoiler warning. 10-second spoiler warning starting now. Okay, so 10 seconds are up. So for those who have yet to actually watch the movie and haven't already, please don't comment down below or be messaging me. That never give you fair warnings. As usual, I did. So yeah, as usual, quick synopsis, likes and dislikes, and then the rate. So you have Mowgli, and he's basically this baby. They call him a man cub. So he's basically this man cub with baby or child. And you have Bagheera who finds him. And he doesn't know how to take care of children, or he's not young children, but he knows of this wolf family who just had cubs. So he thinks it's a good idea to go send Mowgli to go there and live. And obviously, since it's a Disney movie, the wolves aren't gonna eat him like they logically would, and neither is the panther for whatever reason. Actually, nobody tries to eat Mowgli except for Shere Khan. Shiva's from The Walking Dead. Shiva the tiger is from Walking Dead. The tiger here is Shere Khan. But yeah, whatever. He goes off to live with the wolves, and then one day it's found out that Shere Khan is back, and he's gonna try to eat the man cub, aka Mowgli. So they have to try to get him to the nearest man village, and so he can live there. So on the way, he meets Baloo. Him and Bagheera meet Baloo, and they're trying to get to the village, tried sending him away to the village, but on the way they encounter these monkeys, with King Louie as the head monkey, or he's technically an orangutan, but whatever. And then they also run across these vultures, which are basically the beetles. And you also have Shere Khan who's trying to eat him. They run across these elephants who are like military elephants. And yeah, it's basically Mowgli's adventure from point A to point B. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I haven't seen this movie in a long time, okay? So yeah, and I was really surprised to see how funny it actually was, because I haven't seen this movie in a long time. So there's a bunch of comedy moments in this movie, and they all hit. There's a lot of funny parts. The stuff with the monkeys, that's really hilarious. Anything with Baloo, that's for sure, it's great. Overall, it's just a really fun movie. It's a great movie, and apparently this is the last movie that Walt Disney looked over, I guess, or he saw. Last movie he produced, I suppose, personally produced. So, yeah. I mean, overall, the animation is great, the writing is great, the singing, Bare Necessities, is great, and the one from King Louie, I forget what it's called. I mean, we all know the most famous song here is Bare Necessities, obviously, but the songs here are all great. They're always great. They're always cheerful. They're always fun. So, yeah, the one with the vultures, that's pretty funny. Kind of reminded me of the song from Toy Story. There's always a friend in me. You'll have a friend in me. For some reason, it reminded me of it though. So yeah, I mean, overall the songs are great. The animation's great. The story is great. Again, it's just the simple story of getting from point A to point B, but having a fun adventure in the middle. And yeah, I'm about to say Shiva again. Shere Khan, really great villain, I guess. I wouldn't say he's the most iconic villain when it comes to Disney villains, but he is pretty memorable, I suppose. I mean, it's pretty fun. I wouldn't say he's the most iconic one. I wouldn't say he's the most memorable one, but he is a pretty decent villain for what he has to do in the movie. And I do think there could be a bit more of Shere Khan in the movie, because he does pop in like halfway through the movie for like, just randomly. Ka the snake, pretty funny. To be honest. Trying to eat Mowgli and stuff. That's all pretty funny. So yeah, I mean, overall, it's a really fun movie. Pretty fun. It's more funnier than I thought. Anything, and yeah, as a whole, are there any negatives against Shere Khan? Could have been in the movie a bit more. And I guess the story structure. Like what I mean by that, like it kind of seems like chapters. It's like, for example, you meet Mowgli and you see his backstory. That's chapter 1. Chapter 2 is him and Bagheera starting to go to the man village. Chapter 2 is meeting Baloo. That's chapter 3. Sorry, chapter 3 is meeting Baloo. Chapter 4 is getting kidnapped by the monkeys. Chapter 5 is the aftermath of the monkeys. Chapter 6 is the vultures and meeting the vultures. Chapter 8 would be going up against Shere Khan, and chapter 9 is going to the man village or something. It kind of feels like chapters, and I know it's based on a book, but it is like the pacing is kind of a bit off, and it does feel like it's like chapters. And a problem I have with most Disney movies, from what it seems, it just kind of ends somewhat abruptly, in my opinion. Like he randomly runs into another man cub or the human girl, and his interactions with the human girl is just so weird because they're supposed to be like 10 or 11 at the oldest or something like that. I'm assuming he's between 8 and 11, I want to say, and the girl is just like flirting with him, like she knocks over her buckets or whatever because they're Indian, so she knocks over her bucket. She's like just looking around all pretty, and it's just really weird, to be honest. Like you guys are like 8 somewhere between 8 or 11. You guys still don't know what love is. And yes, she's singing the song, when I have a husband. Like, again, at the time, this was it was a really sexist society. So as women are always in the kitchen, should be having babies, and that's basically what she said. She sings, I'll marry a husband and have a daughter, and then steam the kitchen and make food and wait for him to come back. It was like a really sexist thing. So I understand sort of times, but even after that, I just didn't like the ending with the girl was just so random. Like I understand it was gonna happen, but it's still so random. So yeah, again, the movie ends a bit abruptly, which is an issue I have with most Disney movies, in my opinion. The fact that they just kind of end abruptly. I had the same issue with Alice in Wonderland, Cinderella, I wouldn't. Big Hero 6 kind of ends abruptly, in my opinion. Boat ends kind of abruptly. So I have that issue with most Disney movies. Yeah, they kind of just like get to the ending. They kind of just rush the ending within like 5 minutes, and sometimes the endings are just like bullshit. So yeah. Even the one for Lion King is pretty bullshit, in my opinion. Like even the ending for I kind of get it, but even after that, it's pretty bullshit. So yeah, and the one for Aladdin is definitely bullshit. So, yeah, most endings for Disney, in my opinion, are, like, bullshit to the highest degree. So, yeah, that's basically it for now. On a scale of 1 to 10, 1 being the worst, 10 being the best, and 6 being decent, I'll give this movie a 9 out of 10. It's a near-perfect movie. Overall, fantastic movie. Definitely do check it out, especially before you watch the new remake that's coming out soon or already came out. Actually, yeah, it already did come out. So, yeah, I'll either watch it this weekend or next weekend, maybe. And, yeah, that's basically it for now. Subscribe, comment down below, like the video, share on Facebook, Twitter, MySpace, or whatever you guys prefer. And that's basically it for now. This is Daniel Mart signing off.